Another exciting episode of No Theoretical Bias. This one we're following three ne'er-do-wells on their misadventures in the Fortress of Bone. The system in question is called Splintered Moon, a Powered by the Apocalypse hack by yours truly, soon to be available on itch.io. So, when last we met, our Doty adventurers, they had been trapped in a mess hall slash kitchen area in an abandoned fortress. Maybe not as abandoned as they really, really wanted it to be. The area so far has been entirely devoid of life, but wait, a giant metallic construct, something similar to a metal centaur, carrying a double-sized halberd with a integral mounted ballista. Kind of scary, was slumped over and dusty, and well, they ended up trapped inside the building with it on the outside. It went back to its post, and they had to figure their way out. Well, some hijinks ensued. The party got separated and reunited. They found some strange vehicle in an old mechanical area. The vehicle was an armored wagon, probably weighing in at about 3 tons. Didn't seem to have any hitch-ups for things like horses or oxen or anything, but did have some storage bins for things like, I don't know, fuel, maybe? Horseless carriage? Who knew? Clockpunk robots? Well, how about a clockpunk, armored personnel carrier? It could happen. And they found something that they decided was a power source, whether it was or not. It was holding a complete cubic ton of energy in the form of a small metal circlet, and our enterprising covenant made a few deals with some spirits. Our enterprising covenant decided to release all of this magical energy in the form of a explosion. The good news is it took out their metallic enemy easily. They haven't even found any parts of it yet. Oh, I'm sorry. They did find the half-melted halberd. It had obviously flown straight up and come straight down, embedding itself in the cobblestones. Not between the cobblestones, in the cobblestones. And it's half-melted and sad. But other than that, their metallic enemy is no more, leaving a big blast radius and damaging most of the buildings inside the remaining structure of the Fortress of Bone. But where's their prize? Where is the riches and magical weaponry that they were promised before in the cryptic note that they found on the dead body? We'll find out soon. All right, so again, smoke clears, rubble falls, fallout. No, not real fallout, but kind of, sort of. So the big blast crater here. Again, the vehicle, whatever type of vehicle over there, got blasted into the corner at speed. That's not a map. That's a there we go there. And yeah, it was pretty scary. So you're in the immediate aftermath of the blast. You have reunited. Everyone seems to be in half decent shape. What do you do?
Is Luther still at like 1 health?
Yeah, Luther got pretty badly mauled. Correct.
He can walk it off.
I think I'll give Luther some of the bandages I have since we have like a moment of respite.
Okay,
Um,
beautiful. You're going to have to help him with it, and it takes a little while. But every use of bandages that you have, I think you have like 4 or 6.
I have
Um,
3 left. Yeah.
3 left. Okay, beautiful. After the first set of bandages is wrapped around you, Luther, you regain 4 of your hit points.
All right, up to 5.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Uh, could I also cast Cure Light Wounds on him?
You may. I thought you upgraded that to Cure Medium.
I did not have time to upgrade.
Oh, okay. Sorry. All right. Go ahead and give me a spellcasting roll, please. Bwop. And that would just be the Cure Light. Go ahead and give me the spellcasting on the main page.
I'm dying over here.
No.
You're not dying anymore.
I'm close
Yeah.
enough.
You got bandaged. It's okay.
Okay, so 7 to 9. The spirits do not smile upon you entirely, so you're either going to be taking -1 on going to cast spells. You can lose access to that particular spell until you've had a chance to rest. You gain unwanted attention, or something interesting happens, or you have somehow transgressed against that spirit and they're peeved and need to be appeased. Your call. Hello.
Can't hear
I
him
am
too
go-
well.
I'm going to go with uh transgress and later need to do a ritual.
Oh, okay. Yeah, atonement. That's you've had more than one of those, haven't you?
I think this is my first. Usually I go with something interesting or unwanted attention,
Right.
but we're not in
Right,
the stage
right,
for
right.
it.
Okay. Perhaps your spirit is taking offense that you keep healing up this person carrying around another spirit that's fairly inimical to your spirit's desires. But who knows? That'll come up in the atonement ritual. All right, so give me a D8, please.
Here we are.
Beautiful. And you heal another 4, Luther.
Up to 9.
Excellent. And Xander, so you bandaged up Luther. Luther's getting some medical attention from Ranveer. Are you all in a place to explore, or just still healing up?
I think I didn't take any damage because I had ducked under my shield, I think, last time. Yeah,
Hmm.
I'm actually at 15.
Hmm.
I think I'll use one bandage, but then while I'm using the bandage, I'm gonna look at look at Ranveer and be like, "Hey, Ranveer, maybe look around a little bit. Like if that explosion was kind of loud,
Mm.
uh, we might have attracted a little bit more than just a giant metal centaur." So
And before you go looking around, because I have no idea what that explosion was, what
Mm.
the hell was that?
Essentially, my spirit uh, kind of overran the power inside that ring battery you found earlier, and exploded.
Okay. I almost died from that. I just want to let you know that that was crazy and I liked it, but be careful next time.
yeah,
Okay. So, damage. This building is mostly collapsed. The front of this building is, the facade at the very least is damaged. Any of these fences here that were here are down. The mess hall is almost completely destroyed. This uh, this probably stable area over here is half smashed. Again, oops, wrong color. Let's get rid of that. The this little outbuilding here that you haven't quite identified yet. That one has got taken some superficial damage to this side, and this corner was sort of in the blast radius there. The big building in the middle, fairly sturdily built, doesn't appear to have suffered any damage at all, possibly due to its construction.
okay.
So, what do y'all do?
I think one of Xander's first thoughts is we couldn't get into this stable up here when we needed to earlier, and so I think he wants to go look up there to see if the door was blasted away or what was in there.
Uh-huh. Okay. Um, yeah, you take a look in there. Hmm. It's set up like a stable, stalls and whatnot, but there's a decided mechanical bent to it. You don't see any places to put food or water for any horses or other animals that were in here. But there's a lot of places to hang, like tools. You find a few dried out buckets of oil, and other lubricants. Um, and you find what you think is a horseshoe when you first look at it, but it turns out to be an entire foot. It's like a horse-like foot, the hoof, but it's all constructed out of the same metal, and it's got a like a pivot ankle type joint on it. Apparently discarded in a bin somewhere. It does look a little damaged. Um, but yeah, this is a stable for things that don't eat. Who knew?
Would Xander think that this is where they might fix up the Praetorian at all?
I mean, you didn't get a close up look. It strikes you that the Praetorian was significantly larger.
Mm-hmm.
But just by judging in here, like little oil drips places, this might have been some sort of like mechanical cavalry. Like if you made horse analogs out of like a clock punk type created thing.
That's cool.
Yeah, pretty nifty. If true. And if you decide to hang on to the metal foot, it might be worth something to someone. Otherwise, it's a fairly hefty chunk of metal.
Interesting. I think Xander's gonna leave this area, so it's up to you guys.
Okay.
What are you guys doing?
So Ranveer and Luther. Luther, you get... Okay, first of all, you've been magically healed. You are very, very, very hungry. Most magical healing effects just supercharge your own healing abilities. So a lot of the scrapes and burns have become scars, still fairly red and angry looking, but uninfected. But you're hungry. If you've got food, you're going to want to eat at least one ration now.
I, in fact, have no food on me.
Better find some. Or are you going to be at -1 to all actions until you eat?
I have poultices and herbs. Can I just start eating them?
Yes,
not
if you
grab
want to
your
get
jar?
if you wanted to get violently ill, those are for topical use only.
Could I give him a ration?
Sure.
We got those jars.
Yes, you did get those jars. I don't know who's carrying them. Those were the honey preserved foods that you found in the mess hall.
I wasn't there.
Uh,
I was on my own adventure.
I think they found that one 2 sessions ago, but you were more interested. You were more interested in the light globes.
All right.
They were pretty cool.
So I
Yeah,
have 7
they are.
rations. I give Luther 1.
Okay, beautiful. It's slightly oversweet, but you don't really care. It's nutritious, and you choke that one down. All right, so Luther, you're feeling significantly better. Xander comes sauntering back over toward you, avoiding the smoking crater in the middle of things. What do you do?
Can I go check out that crater?
Sure. Wow. Okay. So standing there by the crater, the stone here is still too hot to touch. I mean, not for you, but it would probably mess up your shoes or your clothing if you dragged a hem of a robe across it. Yeah, smoking crater. There's that double-sized halberd sticking out of the ground, half melted. Again, no sign of this giant metal monstrosity. You look over in the corner there of the courtyard. That 3-ton vehicle is on its side, and it was pushed. It slid several yards into that corner at force. So the blast was enough to move a 3-ton vehicle without rolling. Shunk, like a Lego brick, just over onto the side. Again, completely knocked down the two walls that you remember being there, and destroy almost entirely destroying the mess hall and severely damaging several of the outbuildings. Again, the only one that seems to have weathered it with just a little charring is that big one in the middle. What are you looking for?
Maybe if there's something behind, or maybe if there's like a crater, maybe a crack that leads to a room, like a basement, even anything.
Oh, good question. Um, hmm. Location, location, location. Um, well, you don't see anything right in the crater, but you do find a couple of things looking around. Um, there are what appear to be some sort of um, you don't know what they're like grates, like um set into the ground. Just like heavy duty reinforced bars set about this far apart. But it's only I mean it's probably 2 feet, 2 to 3 feet across and 2 to 3 feet tall. You find a couple of those looking around.
Interesting. Uh, hmm. Can I bring it up to the rest of the group?
Sure. Oh, again, just as a reminder, folks, if there's anything that you don't tell me specifically that you're keeping from everybody, I will assume that the next time you have a chance to talk, that the information is disseminated. All right. Yeah. So you've got these grates of some type going straight down, and one of them is outside the major blast crater. One of them is just inside. What do
Interesting.
y'all do?
Like drop like a piece of like a rock or something down there and see how kind of deep it is through like sound.
Oh, well, you carefully do that. There is rubble all over the place. When you wedge a piece through there, there's a fairly short drop, and you hear a rock hit water or liquid. You don't smell anything that's not water, like kerosene or anything, but you dropped it into some liquid.
Interesting. Um, I don't think Xander's interested by these vents as much as these two are. And I think he wants to go like continue clearing buildings, basically
Huh?
making sure that the loud explosion didn't get anybody ready to possibly attack us.
Okay, so you do a circuit. Beautiful. All right, so you do a circuit of the entire area carefully, looking out into this corner of things. Um, the This is a large paved area that's got the remains of about a dozen carts and wagons. They're all sun rotted, dry rotted. Um, they're Some of them were pushed back toward the walls of the fortress. There are gaps in the walls there that you can see out. Um, yeah, this is apparently some sort of um, area where they would bring stuff in, transport hub in and out. Um, any measure of searching over here finds. Let me think. Yeah, they all seem pretty picked bare. Let's see. Um, yeah, they're all pretty unusable. It would take a while to search through all of them, but you can feel free to do that. The sun is, let's see, you got here relatively early, and a lot of things have happened in 3 sessions. It's probably only early to mid-afternoon. So you've still got several hours of daylight. Let's see. Is anybody looking for anything in particular?
Can I try melting the grates?
Yes, you can. Are you trying to melt the whole thing, or are you just going to try and melt the stuff that's holding it in place?
Melt the stuff that's just holding it in place.
Okay. This is just going to be a time roll. Go ahead and give me a. Oh, what would that be? Give me a sharp roll just to see how quickly you figure out the process. Oh, boy, double tapped. I'm gonna split the difference on that one. It takes you a reasonable amount of time. Basically, you start cutting the whole thing open until you find a mounting bracket, and you're like, oh, well, let's see if it's one there. You find the other three fairly quickly. Cut through them with a thin little flame. Does take a little bit of a while, but you're used to that, and you're able to bring the whole grate out. Which one did you go into? The one to the northeast or the one that's more central?
I'm not going into anyone yet. I'm just gonna think about my options first.
Correction. Which one did you take the top off of?
Oh, my bad. The one in the north.
Oh, okay, beautiful. I'm going to mark that one in green then. So you've got an open grate. And the sunlight, oh, let's see if we can take care of that. The sunlight doesn't penetrate too far down, but there is, let's see, there appears to be some sort of passage down there. You do see the reflection of light off of a fluid. And there's a cool, the air is cooler inside the gap. Ranveer, what are you doing?
I am following Xander.
Okay,
But my interest has definitely been piqued in the main building in the center.
right.
So I might head over there.
Okay. So it's all right. As you approach the main building, it's pretty impressive, actually. So again, the blast that shattered a lot of the walls in here doesn't seems to have touched it. There's one obvious main entrance over here, and it's heavy duty. The walls. There's probably 3 feet of wall before the double doors in front of you. And it looks like it continues. This is a seriously reinforced structure. Strangely, it doesn't have any murder holes, or for a defensive position, it doesn't have any like places to pour boiling oil on you. But yeah, that is and the doors match. They are they look like they're entirely made out of metal, not just like banded wood or anything. They're forged, and this is a serious go the hell away defensive door. What do you do?
Could I do an observe to see if there's like any like loose like bricks or something from the blast? Anything? Like, it's still mainly standing, but I don't know if there's something was maybe like
Gotcha. Gotcha, gotcha. And as a reminder to our players and to any GMs watching, tell me what you're doing, and I'll tell you if it requires a roll and what kind. So if you're saying you're looking for if you're searching for like loose brick, rock, secret passages, whatever, that would probably be an observe roll. But the GM's the arbiter of that, not the player. So, all right. So you're taking a peek around, and guess what? You get to make an observe roll. Go ahead.
Think the rolls are going to be as bad as last week?
Let's hope not. Okay, 10. All right. So you get 3 questions, and anytime you act on those answers, you're going to get a +1 forward. So,
What here is not what it appears to be.
okay. Well, you're hoping for like secret catches, secret latches, secret doors. Doesn't appear to be any of those, unfortunately. As a matter of fact, the doors don't appear to have a standard lock. There's no keyhole. There's no nothing. However, there is a plate, a metal plate, nicely decorated. It's oval, and on that, jutting out from the plate like this, is a circular or half circle dish. It's obviously has some sort of purpose. The bronze plate is ornately carved with what looks like religious symbols of some kind. It's ringing a bell very distantly in the back of your mind. Yeah, that appears to be the only. You have a sneaking suspicion that this is some sort of key, and the sinking feeling that it's some sort of magical key that you haven't bumped into yet. Second question.
What here is useful, valuable, or informational?
Okay, what would you like? Useful, valuable, or informational?
Informational.
Informational. Okay. Let's see. You may have heard of something like this. Some religious and magical organizations in the before times, if they had something that they really, really wanted to keep safe, would put magical locks on things. And if they built them correctly, they could even have things like amulets or jewelry or basically something that you could use kind of like a key code to get through a door or into a location. If you had to guess, you're thinking that that's the case here. So the information you get is you're probably looking for a piece of jewelry or something small and portable that might fit in that little dish. Last question.
What should I be looking out for?
You should be looking out for anything, any place where somebody might have stashed a pass amulet. They were pretty. Again, the record said that they were pretty jealously guarded. So should probably be on the lookout for anybody. Oh, if anybody's wearing any like insignia or religious stuff that matches these glyphs, that would be a pretty good indicator. Officers, that sort of thing. All right, and what's everybody else doing?
I think once Xander has figured out that, like, okay, it's safe to start checking things out. I think he wants to go back and check on Luther and try and like get Luther to regroup with Ranveer.
Okay, so you all three reconvene. Ranveer is staring determinedly at the doors to this central location here. What do you do?
Um, can was the guy who the skeleton curled up holding the thing in the mess hall? Was there any clothing on that person?
Yes, as a matter of fact, there was.
Did it have any of the symbols that Ranveer was looking out for?
Mm, give me a sharp roll. See if you
No,
might
what?
remember that.
Not Xander's strong suit.
Hmm.
Let's see here. Okay.
Um, you're absolutely positively sure that it was, and you're absolutely positively sure you may have seen some sort of amulet or ring or magical something or other. You don't remember why nobody investigated it further, but you're 1,000% sure that the body buried in the rubble of the mess hall over there definitely had something that you're gonna want.
That's where
Mark.
Xander's going then.
Yep, mark
Yeah.
experience. Okay, so and you mentioned this to your compatriots, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, beautiful. So, anybody else going to help Xander dig through some rubble to see if they can find that body?
I will because I'm I'm assuming I would kind of like remember that too once he brought it up.
You're not sure, but he seems very adamant about it. So, off you go. Um, all right. Which one's the smartest of you two? Probably Ranveer.
Probably Ranveer.
Okay, Ranveer, go ahead and give me a sharp roll, please. See if you can figure out the best place to start excavating. Oh, easily.
Oh,
Well,
oh,
strangely enough,
Okay.
because of the way of the blast, the back wall of this thing was not, I mean, it was cracked and blown open, but it wasn't entirely rubblified. So you're like, okay, there might be some open spaces in there. Um, so Ranveer has an idea if you can get me up on top. Xander boosts him up. Yeah, there are actually some open spaces in here that a smaller person might be able to wedge themselves into. And it actually looks like some of the interior partitions shielded from the blast. You might be able to drop straight back into the kitchen where the body was found. What do you do?
Um, I'm gonna try to get into there.
Beautiful. All right, so go ahead and give me a quick roll, just in case. Beautiful. Okay.
Hmm.
Smart and quick. Wow, Ranveer, you're a triple threat. All right, so Ranveer wiggles into the kitchen. All of the cabinetry has been blown open and stuff has been thrown all over the place. The crumpled remains of the former soldier is sprawled out on the floor in a sad, curled up mass. What do you do?
Could I investigate the?
Certainly. All right. So a thorough search. Go ahead and give me an observe roll. And since you're following up on something, I'll give you a +1 to that. That would be an 8. So you do get one question. I'm guessing looking for something valuable or useful to you. No.
Yes.
Beautiful. Okay. Well, the awful, horrible, terrible, no good, bad news is you search the body thoroughly and you don't find anything that you didn't already find. And you're cursing your luck and just until you trip over something. The next cabinet over, there seems to be something. Again, if something was stuck in a crack, wedged in there, and there's a metal chain, like a heavy duty necklace, possibly, that's sticking out. You almost trip over it. When you reach down and pop it out, it's got a small circular heavy metal disc on it, inscribed with a few religious symbols that you're vaguely familiar with. The metal is heavy. It appears to be made out of iron. What do you do?
So I'm going to call back to Xander saying that I found it, and I'm going to try to get back to where we were. Like, call
Beautiful.
back.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Great.
All right. In and out relatively easily. All right. So, armed with this iron amulet, what do y'all do?
Let's try it on the door, right?
Well, you place it in the dish that's apparently there for the purpose. The bronze lightens. It seems to be radiating a very small amount of light. Some of the greenish verdigris on it cracks off and flakes, leaving fresh bronze underneath. But then it fades.
Actually, I just got an idea. There was a body of someone, a skeleton, who had the journal on him on the outside of the fortress. Correct?
Correct.
Could Xander possibly mistake the two? Maybe thinking that one was the other, in a way.
Possible. Yes.
I'm gonna go outside and check that body.
Okay. Yeah, give me a sharp roll to see how long. You'll probably find it eventually, but see if you can like wander straight over
Ooh.
to it. Yeah. Luther says, "Hey, I'll be right back," and disappears for a while. You do see him out there kicking around bodies. While we're waiting on that, what else were you going to do?
I think after getting Ranveer back and seeing that the key solution didn't work, I think Xander wants to check out maybe this building over here.
Okay. Okay, beautiful. All right, so you head over there. The building in question also has one of these bronze plaques with a little disc over it, about the same ornateness as the one on the central building. Now, this building, the corner has been damaged, so your hopes are up for a potential way to get in, and that's dashed pretty quickly because these walls are hella thick. The blast knocked through about 2 feet of stonework, and then there's a densely packed rubble inside. That's probably a middle layer. If that's the case, again, Xander, you know a little bit about fortifications. If it's 2 feet of wall and that's where the rubble starts, no matter how much rubble you dig out, you're going to have at least another 2 feet on the inside, and you with no mining equipment. Yeah, but it does have another one of those little disc holders. What do you do?
Could I get Ranveer to try the iron one on this one, and then I
Sure.
think if that doesn't work, Xander's gonna start heading up towards the rubble of up here because
Mhm.
I think he like vaguely remembers there being like some sort of drill, something up there.
Gotcha. There is also this building over here. Um, this one has a door facing you, and you're not quite sure from here. It is a slight distance away, but the possibility exists that there's another one of those uh, amulet things next to it. All right, so you try it here. Unfortunately, the same thing happens. The bronze brightens and then dims with no change. Now, you do notice, Xander, these doors are not nearly as formidable as the ones on the main building. This was definitely an important place and highly defensible, but may or may not have been as high as importance as the main one. What do you do?
Can I try breaking down the door?
With what?
Like it's a metal door or is it just like
It's a set of double metal doors. It looks entirely solid.
okay, actually never mind then.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you said that this building over here still kind of is still standing. I think he'll check
Yeah.
that one out too with the disc
Okay.
just
Okay.
one last time.
Ranveer, are you bopping along as well?
Yeah.
Okay, beautiful. Now, strangely, the amulet reader here is not made of bronze. It is, in fact, made of iron.
There we go.
What do you do?
I try to use it.
Oh, okay. Well, when you carefully set this into the location, the iron also gives off a steely glow for a second, and the door loudly clicks open. It doesn't swing open, but it's definitely unlocked, or at least you hear it unlock. What do you do?
So I tell Xander for him to go up, shield first in.
Yeah,
Okay.
shield first.
Oh, okay, we remembered.
Yeah.
For those of you who didn't watch a couple times ago, they managed to find a very, very nasty booby trap. All right, so forewarned, being forearmed. You open the door.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to give you a bonus on your next action since you were a little concerned about it. Yeah, you feel a tripwire catch and give. Probably, if you had to guess, another one of those big boom gemstones. What do you do?
I'm gonna try to repeat what I did last time and jump
Okay.
on it again.
Oh, you're going to try and jump on it. You're
Like
still
with the
outside the
shield?
door. You're still outside the door. All I'm
Oh.
saying.
Mm.
I mean,
I
there's
just-
left, right, or hey diddle diddle straight up the middle. Your call. But I just want to let you know you do have options this time.
Okay, I have options this time.
Hide behind one of the doors if it's metal.
That's true. Yeah, I think I'll try and like sidestep just a little bit.
Yes,
Okay. Okay. So the good news, Ranveer, is you are out of the blast radius. Again, go ahead and give me a roll. Probably tough, Xander, and you do get a bonus to that.
All right, tough.
Okay, that would be a 10. All right, so
10.
you're like, oh no, here we go again. Dive out of the way. This colossal blossom of flame shoots out of the doorway. Ranveer, the back of your head, you're like, that sounded exactly like the fire gem that one of us used on the big centaur thing, but no more. All right, so waiting for any residual big booms. Nothing happens. Gently smoking doorway. Oh, Luther, you hear the whumph of a fire explosion in the main area. You still haven't found the other body yet, but you think you've narrowed it down.
I'm
What
close.
do you do? I'm sorry.
I mean, they usually handle stuff on their own. I'm gonna find that body.
They'll be fine.
Yeah, come on.
They'll be fine. Sucking chest wound. That's just the God's way of telling you.
He
to slow
has
down.
a shield.
I mean, yeah,
Fine.
yeah. I mean, yeah. All right. So, a careful investigation. This looks like some sort of storage area. Lots of mundane items of a mundane nature. Metal buckets. Nice. There are some spare uniforms, actually. Some of which avoided the blast of the fireball. They are very old, but a couple, three are in surprisingly good condition. There is a it's odd. It's in its own container, and it's a it's strange. It's a little cap, but and it would probably fit under a helmet. But the thing about it is, it's got a piece of like lace, like lacy, gauzy material that comes down where your face would be. Now, you probably all know this trick. If you haven't invented sunglasses yet, if you're going across the desert and it's salt pan and hammering sunlight, a relatively easy fix to that is to wrap a piece of lace around your head, if you can find some. Darker is better, and it basically cuts the incoming light by a sizable chunk, and it also has the advantage of taking you're not eating as much dust. This looks like some sort of official face shield, sunglasses, dust catcher. You also find you do find what appears to be a first aid kit. So there are 7 more bandages, 7 more sets of bandages, 7 uses of bandages, let's say that. Still tightly rolled, and in an airtight, small airtight metal box. So they might be useful. You might want to unroll them and boil them once just for giggles, but you find a shelf that has 2. They're blackened metal discs. They're about this big around and about a finger thick. And they obviously have some sort of like screw-on attachment. You put it here, like you ever see the back of like a smoke alarm? It's got the thing where it goes like this and turns and it latches and it turns like this and it's out. It's got those, but they're only about this big. They're black, unmarked. So, but they were on their own little shelf.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So with these uniforms.
Oh, the uniforms. The uniforms are they're not particularly suited for today's climate. They were probably suited for back when it got a lot colder and a lot wetter. The uniforms include a thin oilskin cape with a hood, so in case rain. Oh gosh, there's a myth for you. Water used to fall out of the sky, isn't that a hoot? Yeah, that's funny. Yeah. But again, oilskin has its uses otherwise. There's a long tunic. There are belts. No boots, no footwear. There's some heavy socks, probably wool, heavy stockings up to the knee, and then these heavy kilts, basically. They're not full kilts. You wouldn't have to spend a half an hour putting one on, but they're pleated garments down to about the knees. Again, kilt, boots, good socks, and a good cloak. You'll be warm just about anywhere. Unfortunately, it's a little much out here now with all that desert and sunlight stuff. But you got two or three or four sets to choose from if you wanted to snag any part of those.
Grab some socks.
Yeah. You
Always good.
need the socks. No
Always
game.
good. Always good. All right. So, Luther, you do find the body in question that you were looking for before. What are you looking for in particular on it?
I'm looking for. Someone mentioned something about an amulet, so I'm just gonna look around for it.
Gotcha. Okay, go ahead and give me an observe roll, please. 5. Ouchie. Okay, mark experience. You can ask me a question, but you're not going to like the answer.
Is there anything of use here?
Is there anything of use? Useful? Anything useful? Well, the good news is you do find this odd circular amulet that doesn't look like it goes with the rest of this long dead officer's gear. It is made out of silver or something silver like, and you're really focused on that, and so you don't hear the growls of the approaching beasts until it's almost too late. There are 6 skinny, mangy, diseased-looking canines of some sort. Feral dogs, you're not sure. They are closing on you from all sides in classic wolf pack tactics. What do you do?
Are these just like normal wolves? Or are they like intelligent? Or could I make my lantern shine like really bright, or create a fake explosion to scare them away?
Sure. Go ahead and give me a cool roll. See if you can do that. Back in the day, they called it a power stun. Yeah. Okay. So you raise your lantern and you cause it to flare with a blinding light for a moment. They yelp and retreat, but they gather over there. And when you move, if you move anywhere you go, they're going to be shadowing you. Not getting too close, but definitely still keeping an eye on you. What do you do?
I'm just gonna slowly make my way back inside the Fortress of Bones,
Oh,
and I'm
okay.
gonna slam that door.
Well, there's not really a door; it's more of a gap in the wall. As soon as they realize that you're heading into the fortress and you're serious about it, as soon as you cross the plane of that outer curtain wall, they are not interested. They leave. Evidently, they know something about this place. All right, so the canine peril is no more. So you're not seeing your buddies, but there seems to be some activity going on by that small outbuilding. You make your reacquaintance. They're going through a supplies depot of some kind, just storage. Was there anything in there that you were looking for?
Uh, I don't know. Is there anything that would like interest Luther in there?
There's some unusual things. There's the cap with the gauze lacy face. Don't really know what that does. And then there's those discs. Um, give me a sharp roll, Luther. Let's see, what's your roll? You're not really. Not really grokking what's going on with those discs. Go ahead and mark experience, please. And like I said, uniforms, buckets, some mop heads, bandages.
Are there anything in the pockets of the uniforms?
The uniforms don't actually have pockets. Most people wear like a purse or a belt pouch or a series of them. These are pretty basic. Again, wool long tunic, wool socks, and a thin oilskin cloak. And you've got about 3 or 4 of those to decide between.
I'm gonna take the cloak.
Okay, beautiful. You find one that fits pretty well. Xander, were you doing anything with any of the stuff you found? Keeping, pitching, ignoring?
I think yeah, once he gets the socks, that's looking pretty good for Xander. I think he's gonna look around for any. Is there any like actual gear other than like clothing and stuff?
The bandages, the mop heads,
I thought
buckets.
Ranveer, did you take the bandages at all or no?
Did not. I was going for the socks.
Gotcha.
Right, well, I'll take
Well, you
some
do.
bandages.
Beautiful. You do find. Go ahead and give me 2d4, please.
Okay. All right. 2d4.
5. Okay. You do find 5 of those light globes. Okay. But they're something odd about them. Normally, the light globe is the globe and it's got the thing on the side. These don't have the thing on the side. And then you go, wait a second. These little discs are the thing on the side. So you got 5 globes, completely dark, and 2 of these little black disc things.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I think I'll give those over to Luther since he's extremely interested in the globes.
Beautiful. So, Luther, you've got 5 of these light globes. They're not currently glowing. And you've got these two discs, the black discs. You realize, you look at one of your old ones that you took out of the mess hall, it's a sphere with the little disc on the side, and you're like, oh, I didn't know that. These things pop right off and pop right back on. What do you do?
I mean, I think a total of 11 of these spheres. Might as well
Right.
just like see what like each different one does.
In what way?
Maybe there's a way you can attach these two things together.
Okay, so you take one of the ones without its little stroker on it. You take the little stroker, plug it in, and it glows. Bright as torchlights. Apparently in perfect working use. So, of your 11, you've got 6 that are like sad and worn out. You got 5 brand new ones, apparently never used, but you only got 2 of those little sources of energy. Apparently that's where it's coming from. And you have no idea how long those are going to last. On the other hand, some of these things have been around for 100 and 200 years, so who knows? So, you can write down 5 light globes and 2 bases. Just call them bases. We'll know what you're talking about there. All right. And you do have that silver amulet. Do you share that information with the gang?
He probably like isn't thinking about it right now.
Gotcha. All right. So, let's see. Oh, in your perambulations around the area, looking for danger in all the wrong places, Xander, you did manage to find another couple of those grates,
Right.
possibly storm grates. For a total of, I want to say 5. Am I right? Yeah, you find 5 of them total.
Okay.
So apparently there is some sort of structural elements under here. Not sure what or how to get there, but what do y'all do?
I think Xander's now gonna look to both Ranveer and Luther and be like, "All right, is there? You guys find anything to get into that building across from there? Otherwise, we might have to pop into this maybe sewer system, maybe underground river."
That reminds me, I found this amulet. I don't know if it was what we were looking for, but it's an amulet.
We
Might
should
get the
try
job
it.
done.
We should
Mm.
try
Wouldn't
it.
hurt.
I
Wouldn't
really
hurt.
don't want to get these socks wet.
Tee. All right, so a little bit of trial and error. Are you going to try them in all the holders that you found thus far?
I think
Why
so.
not?
Right?
Yeah.
Beautiful. Okay, so the good news is it works just fine on this outbuilding here. Does not work at all on this one on the main building or the secondary building. But so you got an iron one and a silver one.
Uh, since we already have an iron one, Luther, do you mind if I like hold on to the silver one for a little while?
Why not?
Beauty.
Okay. I
All
think
right.
Xander's gonna pocket that in light of thinking about Hikari.
Okay. Beautiful. So what now?
Uh,
If it
this
opened the one door, why not just see what's in that room, in that building?
That's where
that
you were.
was
That's
yeah.
where we are.
Oh,
No.
crap.
Let's I guess we try the sewer system, right?
Okay. Luther did manage to pop one of the grates off over there in the northeast. Starting there.
Yeah.
The
Can I
light.
use my adventuring gear for the rope, like to tie
Um,
a rope off?
sure. Okay. The question is going to be tie it off to what?
Is there a large enough piece of rubble, like a giant rock, that is heavier than me specific? Because I'm probably the heaviest, right?
I
So
think
Yeah.
heavier than me.
Um, the question is location. Say if you
Right.
tied it off to that vehicle that you found. Yeah, that ain't going anywhere. Unfortunately, it's not real close to that hole.
Yeah.
Um,
Is
I
this the
mean,
grade up
you
here?
could. It's the green one. Sorry. Um, you see it?
Yeah, I see the green one.
Okay. Um, I mean, if you're just trying to grab something that won't go down the hole after you, that's sturdy, that all metal halberd, there's no way in hell that that's going to go down there. And if you tied it in the middle, clank, clank, should be able to get yourself out of it.
I think the halberd then. Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. It takes all 3 of you to lever it out of the ground. Yeah, okay. And the axe blade is just melted. I mean, horrible. All right. So you do the necessary, tie it off, make sure it's all tied up and good, drop the rope down. It's less than 10 feet and before it hits water. So like 4 to 6. So
Right.
is the water
I
like
say
feet
that.
level?
I'm sorry, what?
Is the water like feet level, or is it like if you hit it, you'll go under?
You don't know. I mean, if you drop anything in it, it goes bloip and disappears, but it's quite dark down there.
Who's the lightest one of us here?
Ranveer, probably.
Probably me.
Oh, Luther.
I
Could
think
be.
so.
All right.
I mean, he's pretty lanky.
All right.
Not
Hey,
much on him.
Luther. I'm gonna give him. Before we do anything else, I think Xander wants to bandage up one more time. You know, and give Luther one to bandage up real quick because in Xander's mind we're about to toss Luther into a pit that we don't know where it goes to.
Hmm.
Um, And I think after using the bandage, Xander is gonna like hold on to the rope so he can just pull Luther out in case something like tries to grab him.
Gotcha. Okay. Um, so you lower Luther into the hole. Let's go over to here then. This is not a particularly wide passage, though you could probably walk in it pretty much not two abreast, but definitely one abreast. The grating ends. I'm sorry. The passageway that you're standing in. It's got about. How tall are you, Luther? Average height?
Like 6 foot.
Oh, okay. Okay. Above average then. Okay. You're probably standing slightly more than knee-deep water. It's quite cold, having been underground for a while, and it doesn't smell particularly good. There's a strong stagnancy to it. Probably wouldn't want to drink it without boiling it for at least a couple minutes. But the passageway, in the light of the open great hole above you, passageway continues on to the west. You think?
I use those light orbs to like illuminate the area.
Sure. You pop one in. All right. Yes. The passageway does continue to the west. You can see the light doesn't go out real far, but you can see reflections continuing. You can see pretty good for 20, 30, 40, 50 feet. But after that, you can see the reflections of light on water beyond that. Not really clear. Not really clear how far down. Oh, and you do think you see some other light at directly west of you.
Oh. Um. Can I see if there's anything like hostile down here, like a creature that would want to eat me or something?
How would you go about doing that?
Hmm.
Here,
feel-
monster.
Can I throw a rock that might be at my feet, like deep as far as I can down there, and see if I hear anything like stir or move?
Yeah, they could hand you down a rock and you can huck it. Bloosh. Silence. Ripples. Probably ripples from the rock you just threw. Ripples.
I think Xander's gonna shout down and be like, try it. Can you throw like a fireball or something? Like you're the fire guy.
Again, he's only about the
Has he
yeah,
has he
he's only
walked?
about
Have you walked further in, or are you just like right under us?
I'm right under you.
Shoot,
yeah,
I might just jump down there if.
it's an easy climb.
I mean, I could throw a fire.
Just
I
just
mean,
like just like toss a fire, see what happens.
yeah. Why not? I'm gonna toss a fire. I'm gonna see what's going on.
Okay, go ahead and give me a, let's see, what do we call that?
And then if nothing happens, I'll hop down there with you. Sound
Yeah,
good?
go ahead and give me a Heartblade roll, please. Aha. 7. So, you got, currently it's in your hand, it's dangerous, it's fiery, it's got 3 uses. You can choose one of those tags. If you want to throw it, then the thrown tag seems to be the obvious one.
Yeah, probably I'll just throw it.
Okay, beautiful. So, you huck a small fireball as far as you can. It travels down pretty straight, actually, and bounces off or detonates at the far end. You're thinking you hit something about 100, 150, 200 feet away in a straight line. The flames illuminated a passage, a straight passage, again, full of knee-deep water.
All right, I think Xander's gonna hop down there after nothing happens.
Okay, beautiful.
Come down as well.
Okay, beautiful. It's cold and wet down here. You will have to take some time to dry out, and you can't stay down here forever. Hypothermia is a thing. But yeah, all of you can sort of kind of see some sort of light at the far end of this 150, 200 foot tunnel.
Okay, I think before we move too far, one of the issues we may come across later is getting lost. So I think Xander wants to ask Luther if he can tie one of the light orbs to the rope, so that way it's a little bit more bright than just some indirect sunlight.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, right next to you on the wall is one of the holders for it. You know
Oh,
how they had the holders
Yeah, yeah.
in the mess hall? Yeah, apparently there was a place for these. So, shunk. How about that? Okay, so yeah, again, the illumination only goes about 30, about 40 feet. But yeah, this corner of your world is quite nicely lit. What do you do?
Let's just keep moving, right?
Okay. As you head on down, you see a couple of things. A couple of things immediately reveal themselves to you. One, you think the light that you're seeing up ahead of you is another one of these sewage grates above. It kind of corresponds to the other one over there. And there is a passage that leads off at a 45-degree angle, again, also filled with water.
I think knowing that that's a sewage grate over there, Xander's gonna want to check out the 45-degree angle first.
Okay, beautiful. It's again a fairly straight passage. You're bumping into some things, if not painfully so. But there's apparently stuff that's under the water, um, tripping hazard, whatnot. And again, you can't see into any depth of the water, even with the light, just because it's so murky and gross. And passage continues. What do you do?
I mean,
Just keep
I don't
going,
know.
right, guys?
Okay, so you get out into a place where it opens up, and you're standing there and looking into a large circular area with multiple exits from here, like so. Um, and this space is odd somehow. Um, like there's a lot of heavy pipes and ducts and not real clear on any of the utility of the circular room is about 40 feet across, um, and it's taller. The passageways you were in, Luther, you had to hunch a couple of places because it's not quite 6.5 feet. So there are a couple of places you had to duck under like pipes. This one's about 10 feet up. Um, and yeah, it's a odd circular space. What do you do?
I mean, of course, we're not gonna split up. That would be horrid.
I mean, splitting up has worked pretty well in the past.
Uh, mm, uh, didn't you almost die after a building collapsed on top of you?
That was after we split up. That was far after. I don't
Right.
count it.
I'm not worried about what happens when we split up. I'm worried about what happens after we split up. Um, I have a question? Do these ducks go like they go? You said they do or don't go straight up.
No, the ductwork, there's like, okay, so there's heavy metal pipes like this big around, crisscrossing the top and coming down the sides. There are rectangular like ductwork, like air ducts. You're not sure why. They're crisscrossing up there. Um, some of them are coming out of the ceiling, but again, they're only about yay big. Um, you see, um, again, you're standing in about knee length, knee deep water. You're looking around the chamber. There's odd looking contraptions and machinery. Most of it's pretty overgrown with algae and moss and rusted. Nothing's moving, no other light sources. Um, but yeah, this is, you don't, yeah, no clue what this room is for.
Okay. Um, I think Luther's gonna ask. Not Luther. I think Sanders gonna ask Luther to just take the orb and shine it down each of the passageways and see if each one has something to offer.
All right.
All right. So, Luther, you take one step into that room and go to the bottom. You are underwater. Xander and Ranvir, you watch him take one big step, bloop, and disappear. The flame in your hand instantly goes out, Luther. Oh, you do see the light orb he's got. Apparently, it's not. Apparently, it's waterproof. Who knew? So yeah, he's rapidly sinking. Um, with the light under the water, you're looking at probably a 20-foot depth step off. Luther, you want to try a tough or you want to try uh, let's see, let me think. Tough would keep you from drowning rapidly. Hard would get you maybe back to the surface. What are you doing?
I mean, crap. Um, oh. I mean, the smartest thing to do would to try to get back to the surface.
Mm-hmm.
However, Luther ain't the most athletic guy. So
Well, it's swim or start drowning time. Your call.
I'm gonna try to swim.
Awesome. And you're kicking and flailing and kicking and flailing. It might be that you have too much gear or clothing. Xander, you and Ranvir get a murky water view of Luther failing spectacularly to make it any higher out of the water. What do you do?
Okay, let's see what I can do. Ranvir, do you have anything you can do?
I
The
don't-
issue is I don't want to go down there because heavily
I don't
armored,
really-
shield, right? Like I'm a heavy guy. But also at the same time I'd rather like dive down there and try like just dump all my like extra stuff and try to yeah. I think how long would you say it takes to drop my shield, sword, extra like all my extra stuff, maybe my helmet from my armor, like the quickest things to pull off my armor?
Give me a sharp roll there, Xander.
Okay. Oh, did it? It did not. Oh, it did. Okay.
Okay.
Ugh.
Yeah, mark XP. Okay. To shed your gear again, you're a trained combatant. To get off everything non-combat takes a moment. To ditch your shield, helmet, another quick moment. So you're shedding as much gear as is reasonably possible, preparing to dive down and help him. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay, Ranvir, what are you doing?
Is there anything? Is there a stick or anything around, or like a pipe that's on the floor?
Give me a sharp roll, please.
This is kind of intense.
Okay. Do you have any adventuring gear?
I do not have any adventuring gear.
Does Xander have any adventuring gear?
The
I
only
just-
person with adventuring gear is in the water.
It's in the water right
Well,
now.
I used mine for rope. I thought we all had adventuring gear to start, right?
I
No,
did.
not unless. So Xander, do you have adventuring gear?
I did. I thought I used it for rope just now, though.
You used all 5 uses?
Oh, nope, no, I only used one use. Okay, yeah.
Gotcha. So, I mean, Ranveer says, don't you have a weight and a rope?
Yeah.
And if Xander says yes, he certainly does.
Yes.
So, yes, you have a weighted, something to weight it, any rope. You could try to throw it to Luther. Would you rather do that than dive?
I think Ranveer should do that and see how fast it goes because I don't know.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Give me a quick roll there, Ranveer, please. You're still shedding gear. Okay, so Ranveer, while Xander is throwing things off, Ranveer grabs another coil of rope, something heavy, I don't know, bag of lead shot, call it whatever. This is going to be 2 uses of adventuring gear, and splooshes it in the water. Luther, you're flailing around. Your arm hits something, and you instinctively grab onto it. Ranveer, you're going to have to give me a hard roll to start pulling him out.
Come on. Oh. No.
Okay, you are not immediately pulled off your feet, and you start hauling Luther in. Luther, give me a tough roll, please. Excellent. Okay, you have not coughed out the last of your air. Your vision is starting to get a little red, but you're currently not in the first stages of drowning. Xander, you realize that your good friend Ranveer has got a Luther on the hook. What do you do?
I'm gonna help him.
Excellent.
Help him.
Go ahead and give me a hard roll, please.
Come on. I clicked it. Let's see if I have to click it again. Let's see if I have to click it. There we go.
There we go.
Okay.
Okay, so Xander, the good news is you've got a hold of the rope. Okay. The bad news is you slip on something that you're standing on. Real treacherous down here, moss and gross. Okay. So you're slipping. You got 2 choices. One, you slip and fall into the water, the deeper water, but you let go of the rope and you don't drag Ranveer with you. Or you slip and fall the other direction and you accidentally yeet Ranveer into the deeper water with the rope. Your call.
I'll take the water. No Ranveer. I'm pretty confident in my ability to swim. I already have some stuff knocked off of me.
Okay, beautiful. Luther, your head breaks water. Ranveer is pulling you in. Your feet touch ground and you're up. Xander, you're in the water, Haas, and you're in heavy armor. What do you do?
How much would you say I've taken off in the time I've been able to take it off?
You're probably not at any penalty unless it starts getting more than 2 or 3 actions. You're pretty strong.
All right, I'll just probably grab onto the ledge and try and pull myself up.
Okay. A little swimmy swim. All right, go ahead and give me a hard roll, please.
Come on.
Oh, excellent. All right. So did you mark XP for the slip and fall last time? Okay, good. All right. So you're doing powerful strokes to get your head above water. You break the water just in time for something to hit you from behind. Let's see. Go ahead and give me a tough roll to see if you can try to soak this.
Click it again. Click it a third time.
Oh, beautiful. Okay, so go ahead and give me a D8.
All right. D8.
Ouch. Okay, normally that would be 11 points of damage. We're going to knock that down to 6. Something very large and with a lot of teeth hits you in the back. So take 6 points of damage, but do apply armor.
Okay, so that's only 3 points of damage.
Beautiful. You're not even bleeding yet. The other two, you see Xander take an impact from behind and below. Ranveer, what are you doing?
So I think I just finished reeling in Luther. So I'm assuming Luther is just like laying on his back or something now.
Yeah. No, I am.
Okay.
Absolutely.
If Luther is laying on his back, he's in 3 feet of water and drowning still. He's standing up.
Oh,
He's standing up.
Yep.
Yep.
Forgot.
All right. So I immediately try to toss the rope back in for Xander.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. Give me a quick roll, please.
Would Xander?
Ooh. Okay. Ranveer. Mark experience. All right, you got some choices here, Haas. You either get the rope to Xander and slip and fall in yourself, or you absolutely yeet the rope, forgetting momentarily to hang on to the other end, and fall backwards into the 3 feet of water as opposed to the 20 feet in front of you. Your call.
Here.
I mean, I say ditch the rope. I mean,
Yeah.
I am thinking that, but yeah, I'll probably whoops.
Okay. Whoops. No rope. Okay. And Xander, you make it to the shallows and you're standing up in there.
can I immediately start like putting on everything else that I had just dropped,
Yes.
knowing that something hit me?
Grabbing the shield, grabbing the helmet. The two of you see there is a decided dent in the back plate of Xander's armor, and it's got teeth marks on it. Something big is down in there, and none of you saw it. What do y'all do?
What? Okay, all right. Luther, what if you just dropped it like it was like a depth charge? You know what I mean? Like the orb, just like
The
drop a
orb?
light. Yeah, drop a light orb.
You do have one already down there because he let
Oh.
go of it when he was. So, I
Yeah.
mean, it's now that you have a chance, let the ripples stop. You're looking down. The total chamber is about 30 feet tall. The bottom 20 is underwater, and there's the rest of it above you. You think all those passages leading off of here, they're again only about knee deep. But the problem is going to be getting to them when whatever it is. And again, there's a lot of shadow and murk still down there. You're seeing the light dimly. But yeah, and you don't have any idea of this thing's capacities. What do
Okay.
you do?
I think I'm gonna use the last two uses of my adventuring gear
Hmm.
to make another weight and rope, but this time for the purpose of trying to wrap it around a Duckworth piece above us.
So a grappling hook and a rope?
Basically, yes. Yeah.
Sure. Actually, just do grappling hook. It comes with it comes with a section of rope anyway. Okay. So yes, you have a grappling hook and a sturdy length of rope to go with it, potentially suitable for your purposes. Now the question is, where are you going?
Oops, I didn't mean to press that. My bad.
No worries.
Um, could I? Okay, would you say like once it's grappled, is it hanging in the middle?
Roughly.
Okay. Which
If
one of?
you're asking which one of these passages you can get to, functionally any of them.
Okay. Which one of you two? Actually, okay. I think Xander wants to like look at both of them and be like, listen, guys. I think it's apparent what we have to do, and I think both of you are brave people, and I think this is going to be a brave action that is done by one of you two, not by me, but by one of you two, and I think it's going to be great. However, if it's going to be one of you two, that way I can find this thing and hopefully get it before it gets you. We're going to need somebody to try and jump across. I'll sit here and I'll watch. I'll wait with the hammer. You know, when the mole comes up, I'll smack it. But I just need to be able to smack it. I'm looking at Ranveer. Ranveer, you look like wonderful for this.
You're in wonderful condition, wonderful health.
I mean,
Me,
I,
trust
I
me and
would-
Luther, we got it. We're gonna
You
totally
got
get
it.
this thing.
Yeah.
But just like, you got it. We believe in you.
you make a compelling argument.
I think this is where Xander wants to actually use my ability of Bulwark. Whereas when it's not battle yet, I guess, right?
Right.
Okay, when it gets to battle, I'll use Bulwark. All right, just remember these words. Remember these words.
Battle.
We do
Okay.
have a creature that took a. I'll turn around and show them the bite. Like, it's not small.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, I think what Xander wants to do is
Hmm.
have Ranveer try and get across using the grappling hook rope or whatever he needs to, and then like
Hmm.
have my sword like over the edge, ready to skewer anything that comes out.
Gotcha. So you're using one of the other two as bait. I see.
Yeah.
I see. All right. So my question is, yeah, you can probably swing that. Are you going into the passage heading west, the one that continues southwest, or the one that cuts back southeast?
It's up to Ranveer.
Okay. Jonathan's feeling lucky.
I mean, you're gonna possibly die for us, but which one do you wanna? Which one, which
Yeah.
one are you feeling? Which one?
We
you feeling?
got it. You
At
got
least
it.
I get the courtesy of choosing.
If you get hurt, I can heal you right back up. It's gonna be okay.
I can't. So good luck.
I guess the one here. That one.
Southeast.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Okay. Go ahead and just give me a quick roll there, Ranveer, please. Okay, somebody might want to assist you in that. Anybody who's got blood with Ranveer can roll to
Okay.
assist.
I 100% will. I have Ranveer has stood by me. I'll stand by them in a time of need.
Beautiful. So the move
Oh,
you're looking for is prop or drop. Just click that and then
Prop
pick
or drop.
Ranveer's name.
All right, click and then click Ranveer. Is
Oh,
that the
wow.
right one?
Hey.
Fantastic. Yep. All right. So you get +2 to that. All right. So that's going to be an 8. Excellent. Nice mid-range. All right. So building tension. All right. It takes a little while, and there's some hair-raising moments, but you do Ranveer ends up all by himself, alone, in a passageway. What are you using for a light source?
Ranveer.
Oh. I think I am using. Well, I have light.
Oh, okay, beautiful. Yeah,
Yeah.
you've got that. You've got that up and running. The passageway continues and then bends until it's shooting back east. Nothing comes out of the darkness. Nothing attacks you. What do you do?
God dang it. Okay. That was Xander's plan A, B, and C right there. So,
Mhm.
I think
So no monster though.
Not yet.
Yeah.
But again, the passage does continue. However,
I think Xander's gonna try and cross over to Ranveer.
real quick, Ranveer. One of the things that you do see is there's some light coming in from above. You think it's another one of those storm grates ahead of you.
I'm just trying to think of it on top of like the map. But
Let's see. You've got a pretty good. Okay, so on the map, there was the one that you came in. There was another one that you didn't notice, apparently somewhere directly west of where you came in. There was the one centrally located. Let's just take a quick peek while we're right here. So you came in this one. There's probably another one over here someplace that you didn't spot. There's the one inside the blast radius. Not really sure where that one pops up. There's one over here by the big building. And then there's this one over here. This one is the one that's farthest south and east. If you had to guess, you think that's going to come up right there.
Okay.
Does that help?
yeah,
Okay, beautiful. And we're back. So now what?
if it keeps going,
Keeps going. What do you mean?
like the passage keeps going, right?
The passage keeps going. You can see, you can't, oh, if you're at that corner, if you go down to that corner, you can see, it basically, it goes down at least to that storm grate. You don't think it goes any farther than that, however.
I think I call back just saying like about the grate.
Hmm.
I don't know if I have enough bravery to keep on going though.
Okay.
It doesn't
I mean-
work right now. We got to
What
be in
doesn't?
battle. My
Oh, gotcha.
yeah, my ability. Yeah. Xander's trying to get up to you now, Ranveer, leaving Luther to watch the pit.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a quick roll there, Xander.
2, 3. Oh, it didn't roll that time. There it goes.
Ooh. Okay.
Yikes.
Luther, are you going to be able to help Xander in any way?
Yeah. I think I'd be able to help him.
Okay, give me a prop roll and choose Xander as your target.
Oh.
Ooh, mercy. All right, so both of you are going to mark XP.
Okay.
And Luther, unfortunately, is going to take some badness. All right, so what happens is, Xander, you're getting ready to leap using your rope and grapple, leap over to where Ranveer has wandered down into the darkness and came back and said, I don't want to go down here alone. You leap out. The grapple disengages. It tears through something, rotten metalwork, something rusted through. And you're just about to fall into the water when Luther heroically grabs you, hurls you to safety, sort of, and then falls backward into the water again. Luther, I need a hard roll to stay swimming.
Okay.
So, oh, okay. So yeah, again, race for the bottom continues. Mark experience, Luther. You did manage to get a good breath, and that's when something hits you. Go ahead and give me a tough roll, please.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Okay. Give me a D8. Okay. Do you have any armor?
No.
All right. Take 5 points of damage. something hits you again from behind. It hurts like hell. And Xander, in the light of the murk and the light at the bottom there, you see a cloud of red surrounding Luther.
Oh no.
What do you do?
Okay. I think he's gonna yell Ranveer, just like yell out for Ranveer,
Mhm.
drop the shield,
Mhm.
and just go in with the sword to try and.
Um, hmm,
s-
okay. Let me just take
No.
a quick look at your abilities here, boss. Um,
I'm so dead.
I don't think I
mhm.
have. I don't
So
have
dead.
anything, do I?
Well, let's just take a look here at you can, just as a thought, you can dedicate your uh service to the light by swearing to slay the creature.
Okay, I didn't know if that
If
would be considered.
yes, yes, it does. Um, however, you're going to be assigned, depending on how well you do, you get boons and you get vows.
Okay.
Okay, so go ahead and give me a mission roll, please. Ouchie. Oh, um, so one boon and three vows. That's going to get
Yikes.
ugly real quick. What boon would you like to gain?
What?
There's things like immunity to certain kinds of harm. Um, let's see. There's the ability to. Uh, let's see, let me just grab them for you here. This is the first mission that you've undertaken, correct?
Yeah, this is my first mission.
Oh, mercy. All right. So, it's a double-edged sword because you can gain some pretty effective abilities, but there's pretty usually a price to pay.
Right.
Okay, so shield. Some possible boons that you can gain. Let's see.
There's not breathing
Um,
underwater, is there?
well, you can have invulnerability, actually. Um, Invulnerability to any one thing. And that could be like edged weapons, fire, drowning, that
Drowning. Drowning.
drown. Okay, so you were begging for the gift of invulnerability from drown. Got it. You
Yeah.
got three vows. Um oh, none of these make much sense. Since it's a short-term thing and you're gonna um you can't your vows are honor. You can't use cowardly tactics or tricks. Your vow is zeal. You can't suffer an evil to live. You don't know if this thing is evil, but who knows? And service. Until your patron is satisfied, you're going to have to offer daily sacrifices to the light of things that your patron likes um, for the duration. But again, nothing you have to do right this instant. And you feel a warmth suffuse your lungs. And apparently, you can breathe this water as if it was a beautiful spring day. So, what do you do?
Yeah, I'm diving straight in. I think I'll just
Diving
the
in.
shield because I don't
Okay,
think I can make it back up with the shield, but I could probably make it back up with just the sword. So
probably, probably.
I'm going
Again,
in with the sword.
if you're breathing water, you might even be able to climb out.
Yeah.
Who knows? All right, so you dive down in. You think you see the creature. What do you do?
Uh yeah, can I differentiate the creature from Luther? Is my
You
first
think
thought.
you think so?
All right. I think I'm going to just take a slash at the creature, not a stab
Okay.
necessarily, but a slash just to make sure because I don't want to stab Luther, but I think it'd be okay if I slashed Luther.
Slash is harder underwater. It's probably going to be a stab or nothing.
Okay, then a stab. Yeah, I guess I got to go
Okay.
for a stab.
go ahead and brawl for me.
Right, brawl. Here it is.
Oh, dang. All right, so you got options. You can either deal your damage and avoid their counterattack, or you can deal extra damage and expose yourself to their counterattack. Your call.
Um, I think I am going to. I'm gonna try to end this thing as fast as possible. So
Good
I'll
call.
take their attack, and
Okay,
I'll just
so
deal
go
an
ahead and
extra d6.
give me your damage plus a d6.
All right. So, can I add? Yeah. Can I just roll them separately? Would that be fine?
Yeah, that's fine.
All
Beautiful.
right.
Oh, dang. Yeah, 14 points of damage. That's significant. All right. So you feel um you feel your blade punch through some rubbery covering. I mean, it's like stabbing a giant made out of, inner tubes.
Right.
All right. This greenish gray ichor spews out through the water, clouding your vision. The thing wriggles free um, off the tip of your blade and bites you. Go ahead and give me a D8, please.
All right.
Ouchie. Okay, that's 11 points of damage. Less armor,
Yikes.
unless you've got something that you can do to counteract that.
Um. I don't. Wait. Hold on. No, that's not a safeguard. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
you could try to safeguard. Yes, you could try to block or parry if you wanted to. Go ahead and
Could
give me a
I?
safeguard.
Okay. Um. Also, I
Or
have
you,
this
if you,
ability. I am your shield, which is when you safeguard, get +1 hold even on a 6 and below. So.
oh yeah, yeah. That's you don't have to roll extra for that. Okay, so you get one
One
choice
hold.
no matter what.
Okay. What are the here? I just need to make sure I read the
Options
safeguard
are
ones.
redirect, which you don't have to worry about that. You can take half damage. That's always nice. You can give a ally a +1 forward to the next action against the creature, or you can deal your level in damage to the creature.
I don't think 3 damage is gonna affect the creature as much, so I'm gonna try and half that damage coming at
Okay.
me.
Okay, good call. Go ahead and instead of 11, go ahead and take 6 and do
Great.
apply armor. Don't forget you don't have your shield with you. All right, Luther, give me a tough roll, please, to avoid drowning.
Oh my god.
All right, mark experience. How many hit points do you have left?
5.
Oh no.
5. You are currently down to 3.
All
And
right.
Ranvir, you're standing there. You're seeing just some sort of silent mayhem going on underneath you. Bubbles coming up, blood in the water, this green gray ichor in the water. Um, can't see much. What do you do?
The water, salt water.
It's very brackish, disgusting, old freshwater, you think.
Okay. Because I was thinking that maybe there's some, like, I don't know if I remove something from the water. Like, I have purification stones.
Oh,
If I were to dump something in the water, would it cause the creature to start to asphyxiate or something like that?
oh.
Oh my.
How many of them have you got?
Um,
I got a few too, but they probably dumped my gear.
I have
The,
3.
the the problem is volume. They're designed to dump into like a bucket of water, and they
Hmm.
can purify all of that, and then they kind of get clogged, and you have to dry them out. Um,
I do have purification as well as a spell.
oh, that's anything you can hold in your hands, though, right?
Yeah, but I don't know if I like put my hands in the water.
Ooh, um, hmm. Hmm, 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 hmm. Go ahead and give me a spell roll, please.
Come on. Cook.
Okay. Spell works. I'm gonna jump on this one and say something interesting happens. Cool, cool.
Yep.
All right. So, with words of power, Ranveer plunges his hands into the water, and this ever expanding circle of pure, clear water is just spreading out from him in ripples and ripples and ripples. All right, Luther. Give me a hard roll, buddy, to see if you can break surface. Oh, mark experience.
God.
Okay. How many hits you got left?
3.
You're down to 1. Xander, you don't see any sign of the creature. It's apparently, at least for the moment, has had enough. You dealt it an immense amount of damage. You don't see it. You do see Luther over here coughing out the last of his air. And you're probably 10 feet below the surface. What do you do?
Is there a way, knowing that like water, is there a way I can kind of try and push him off of me, pushing myself lower, maybe going deeper into fight more of the creature and pushing him back up towards the surface?
Um, Give me a hard roll. Let's find out.
All right.
We did 4.
Oh,
Ow. Okay. Mark
Yikes.
experience. All right. The good news is there are, again, contraptions, machinery, stuff down here. You can see it fairly clearly suddenly. And there's a pipe. And you reach up and you grab Luther's belt and you grab onto a pipe and you're pushing him up toward the surface, and the pipe breaks off in your hand. You do have the presence of mind to let go of Luther as you go straight to the bottom. But Luther, this is your chance. This is your time. This is for
Life or death.
the
Life or
marbles. The marbles. Go ahead and give me a roll.
What kind of roll?
Oh, let's do hard again. All right. So your head breaks surface. You pull in every air gasp you can. The air is so sweet and pure in your lungs, and you cough out about half a lake full of water. You see in that side passage there, Ranveer is just like a statue, hands plunged into the water, just shaking with energy and adrenaline, does not seem to notice you at all. You can pull yourself into any one of those passages that you want. The one you came out of, the one that Ranveer's in, or either of the other two. Which one are you going to?
I think I'm gonna go the one that's southwest.
Southwest. Okay. So you are, for the moment, safe and sound in the southwest. Ranveer, you're in the zone. Nothing exists except the magical energies that are pouring out of you. I will come back to you. Xander, you see Luther make his way up and out. You don't think he's in any more danger. You don't see any enemy down here. You don't know where it went. What do you do?
I think this is where Xander is like, okay, everyone else is safe. I can now focus on getting rid of this thing if I can find it. So I think he's looking now for, are there any holes that this thing could have slithered into? At this point, I think he's feeling like it's some sort of eel snake situation.
The impression you got was some kind of worm, like a
Okay.
giant worm. All right. So you're on the hunt. Go ahead and give me an observe roll, please.
I am going to try and take this thing down. Let's see here.
All right. So ask a question,
I
but
am
you're not going to like the answer.
Okay. Let's see here. Let me get rid of that. Yeah, what's my enemy's true position? Yeah.
What's your enemy's true position? Well, you're looking around, and again, a lot of these pipes are fairly sizable. A lot of the ducts are fairly sizable, and you think you have a um, pretty good idea that it could fit inside of one of those. And as soon as that realization hits you, oh, by the way, mark experience for that, it comes leaping out at you. It's again this fanged circular maw like a lamprey. It's really hard to see, even though you know it's right there, and it plows into you. Go ahead and give me a D8, please.
All right. Am I able to safeguard against this one?
You can try.
All right.
Go give me a safeguard, please.
All right.
Dang, son. All right.
I think
So
that's with
Dang.
my ability. Isn't that hold all four?
you get +1 even if you roll a 6. So you got 4. Yeah, you can give all 4. You don't have to redirect, so half the damage. That would be another 6. Do apply armor. You deal damage to the attacker equal to your level. Um, I'm going to give this to you. I'm going to let you deal damage twice
Okay.
since you don't have a lot or a little oomph to the one, and that's what does it. It lunges at you, slams into you, takes 6 points of damage, and you stab it, and it writhes and dies. How far down are you, boss?
Um, I'm at the bottom, right? When I do this?
I'm sorry, how many hit points?
Oh, I'm at 12.
At 12. Okay. So this thing is dead, dead, dead. Um, you finally get a good impression of it. It's about a 18-foot long worm, about as big around as your leg. And
Oh wow.
those teeth are terrifying. Um, so victory is yours.
Rah.
Rah. Um, So, as the denouement, you can make your way up and out if you want. You can retrieve the light and the rope and the weight if you want.
Yeah.
Um, and the two of you do have to wait for a while, though, because Ranveer is apparently in the middle of an impromptu accidental ritual, just pouring tons and tons and tons of energy into this. The upshot of which is all of the water down here that you're wading in eventually is crystal clear, absolutely pure. Um, and as soon, I mean, you see sweat drip off of this guy. And as soon as this micro ritual is complete, he almost collapses. So you catch him. Um, so y'all can end up wherever you want. Though Luther, you did see that the passageway continues and then turns south again. Oh, and there are lots of sharp things and pointy things and things to trip on in this passageway. You find one unexpectedly, Luther. No damage, but your toe hurts. All right, and we are currently at 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Had a request from some of our folks here to knock off a little early, so this may be a good stopping spot as we speak. Does anybody want to do anything as a tying off any loose ends here before we do end of session?
I think okay. How long? We've only been down here for what, like 10, 20
An hour,
minutes?
under an hour, yeah.
Under an hour. Okay.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, I just want, like, before we go, I think Xander wants to regroup with Ranveer, like, right there,
Hmm.
with the intention of continuing maybe down that way.
Down the way he was going off to the east.
Yeah.
Okay. I will tell you this, the passageway ends immediately after that
Great.
immediately after that grading.
Okay.
So, anything else before we do end the session?
I don't think so.
I mean, Luther just has to sit and think a minute.
Can't really sit here. More like lean up against the wall, knee deep, in actually very nice, cool, clean water. Oh, this is tasty. Wow, that's a little on the wounds. That'll be nice. All right, so. All right, Luther, you need to go back to your room and you need to think about what you did. No, that's not true. That's your mom. Okay, so end of session. Huzzah! All right, so let's start with motivation. Take a look at your motivation goals, folks. Take a look at your motivation goals. Motivation for those in the viewing public. Some games call this alignment. I think alignment's a little squishy, so I wrote it as a motivation goal. If you're pursuing your goal, you're acting with an alignment. And if you meet that goal over the course of a session, you get experience points for it, unlike the formerly most popular game in the world. So let's see. Xander, what's your motivation?
Selfless. Endanger yourself to protect someone weaker than you.
Many, many, many times. Mark one experience for that. Ranveer, what's yours?
Use magic to aid another.
Yes, you did. Go ahead and mark experience, please. And Luther, you burning reprobate. What's your motivation?
Take a risk for your own personal gain.
This is all. Yeah, this has been very risky. Yeah, you've tried it. Excuse me. All right, so mark experience. All right, then check your keys, folks. Check your keys again for viewing public. Keys are potentially annoying personal quirks that might get you or the rest of your crew in trouble. Typically, those are triggered. Maybe another player said, "Oh, you don't want to go into the hidden shadowed forest. Nobody ever comes out there." Well, my character's got the key foolhardy. If I hear about something really stupid, I'm going to go and try it. So check your keys, folks. Check your keys. Did anybody have their key triggered this time around?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Okay. I'd like to focus on that in the upcoming sessions. We can play up the semi-annoying personality quirks and see if we can cause some more problems here. Awesome, blossom. All right. Then let's take a look at blood. Blood, aka bonds or history or relationship. Check your blood with the other two. If any of your current attitudes about your compatriots here has changed in any appreciable way, you can change that blood. You can eliminate it entirely and pick something else. You can even pick something else with a different one of the PCs. But if your attitude toward another PC has changed appreciably, you can change it and mark XP. Anybody?
I think mine changed for Xander.
What was your old one?
I envy his glory and reputation, but deep down I respect it.
Uh-huh.
The new one that I thought would be funny was Xander's glory and reputation was right. He has saved my life.
Oh wow! I mean, yeah, it's hard. It's hard to beat. I owe fill in the blank my life. That's awesome. Okay, write that down. Mark experience. Xander, any changes in attitude?
I'm also thinking about changing mine for Luther, just because I have Temps my baser natures. The only reason I would change it is so that I could get a different one, like my example will inspire Luther to dare mighty things, just
I
because
love it.
he seems to always be getting himself in trouble and doing things. So
Yes, I love it. I love it. Maybe he can dare mighty things. You know who had that tagline, right? NASA. And look up again. Those of you in the viewing public, look up 7 Minutes of Terror. That's a great little short video. Okay, so yes, mark XP there, Xander. Ranveer, boy, you're just picking them up and putting them down. Ranveer, do you have any changes in any of your blood with anybody else?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
I didn't really have any like character moments with them. So a lot of the times, well, for like a whole bunch, they were under the water, and
Right.
I was looking down.
Right.
Um,
I mean, let's see. You did some exploration with Xander. He did kind of sort of halfway push you out of the way of a fireball blast. That didn't suck. Um, and I mean, changes in attitude. Oh, where's Luther? I don't know. Where'd he go? I don't. He went that way. Okay, he's back. Oh, hi, Luther. Why are there dogs chasing you? I don't know. Okay, good. I mean, it's not impossible that you can change attitudes about somebody without a direct interaction, but good call. Let's be looking on that for next time. Then, the big three, my favorite. First of all, did you learn something new about the nature of the world? Did anybody know that there were giant worms
I
that
didn't.
hung out?
That was what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
yeah.
I didn't know there were
I
giant worms.
Nope, no clue. So everybody mark one experience, please. Did you defeat a noteworthy opponent?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yes,
I
you
took
did,
out a
man.
worm.
Oh, that thing was, yeah, scary.
Right.
So everybody mark one experience. And finally, did you recover a noteworthy treasure or item?
I
Yeah, I
mean,
have-
the
I
amulet.
Yeah, I have that silver thing that I'm probably gonna offer up.
Yes, you've got the silver and the iron medallion. They've been marginally useful at this point, but who knows? Yes, those are definitely noteworthy. And apparently have some sort of magical ability to them, which is always noteworthy. So again, everybody mark 1 XP for that. All right, going forward, when you check your XP, if your current level plus 7, if you've got that many XP or more, when you have some downtime, you don't have any downtime now, you're still knee deep in it, literally at this point. But when you do have some downtime, when you do have a chance to make camp or hang out in a civilized or settled area, you can level up. And we can talk about that offline if and when you get to a place that's relatively safe. Okay. Also, almost forgot, gold stars. For my GMs out there, try this. Gold stars, folks. Each one of you has a gold star that you can award to one of the other players for any reason or no reason. Good at role playing. That thing you did was hysterical. Oh my gosh, I thought you died 17 times. Oh my gosh, you did die that one time. We had to bring you back. Whatever. And it has been historically. Hey, is anybody like real close to leveling up? Xander, how many you need? Like 2? Can we just all give them to Xander? Would that be cool? So, any reason or no reason, there are better and worse reasons. Man of the hour, Luther. Luther. Oh my gosh, you're taking more damage than, the bleacher seats at a really bad All-Star game.
It's a gift.
Who gets your gold star for the evening?
I mean, I don't know. Saving my life was kind of like nice, so I guess I'll give a star to Xander.
Xander, awesome. Hey, Xander, who gets your gold star?
I'm gonna give mine to Ranveer because Ranveer went along with the shenanigans that we needed to have happen.
Yes, and just remember, Ranveer, once they shenan, you know they're going to shenan again. Ranveer, who gets yours?
I'm gonna say Luther because
Oh,
amount of times he came for the brink of death.
yeah. Oh,
That's,
yeah.
insane.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm sure. I was absolutely sure we were going to have to roll a last breath here. A roll meeting with the Dark Lady, who everyone typically only meets once. That could have been fun. All right, so each of you have that 1 extra gold star XP. Excellent. Also, at the suggestion of some of my other groups, I get to award a GM gold star for the game. If you had a well, you did a few things, you went here, you did that, no big deal, then that gold star is good for a +1 forward to any roll that you want. You can apply it whenever. But if it's like today and got really, really exciting about 17 different times, it's worth 1 XP. I'm going to reward my GM gold star. No surprises. Luther, take a gold star for soaking damage like a champ. You're the Bucky. We got the Captain America. We got the Bucky. You're getting arms ripped off. You're getting your face torn off and spit out. It's just hilarious. We love it so much. Anyway, so we'll talk about leveling up when you get a chance to do that. And all right, viewing public. Sorry for a short run today, but we hope you were entertained, amused, appalled, and enlightened. please take a peek at the other No Theoretical Bias casts. We've got 3 or 4 of them up and running. Also, soon, we're going to be having some guest game masters, guest GMs, surprise one-shots. Not really surprise, they'll be on the schedule, but one-shots from surprising people from various places. All right, so please tune in. And again, if you need more information about Splintered Moon or any other Powered by the Apocalypse games, I will talk about them at length and in depth. Ask anyone. Go ahead and find us at Sagasmith on Discord, and do follow, the obligatory, please like, follow, and share our absolutely, completely professional and wonderful YouTube channel. We will deeply, deeply appreciate it. Tell your friends, tell anyone but your mom. She can't handle this kind of thing. All right, we'll see you next time. Please be safe, and go ahead and count us